every step you take impacts your legacy. Our next steps were defined by the will to help one person. 10 years and 500,000 wills later, our purpose remains the same. Our work lives on in those who keep on living. And with each step, we help you write their next chapter. Because your legacy is our legacy. It is why we are South Africa's #1 wills and estates specialists.
Hello, everybody. My name is Lesley Coetzee, and I get the very distinct pleasure today to go also right after Mr. Richard Mulholland. You're going to love my slideshow because I even have a slide that talks about the new normal. Lucky me. Yes, that we're going to talk about next year. Okay, please. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to speak to you today on behalf of Capital Legacy. I get to talk about not the most exciting thing, but something that is very, very dear to our hearts in our 10 years. And that is making the loss of a loved one easier. Capital Legacy have merged the two areas of fiduciary and insurance with the ultimate goal, to make the loss of a loved one easier. We took the fiduciary obligation of trust and enhanced it with the backing of insurance to offer as much relief as we can humanly offer in certain eventuality. That was our goal. That is why we existed. And then we welcomed March 2020. We never knew that a pandemic could bring as many deceased estates for us to administer as double the number of policies sold in our first year of business. In 2020, we went from 2,000 estates actively being administered to in excess of 5,000 estates in or completed administration in the 18 to 24 months that followed. Richard, here it is. Who could have foreseen lockdown and the number of deaths so great? Yet, as the insurance industry has taught us, we can plan and we can possibly mitigate our way through crisis and pandemics. By doing things the Capital Legacy way, we were able to pivot our business quickly to what was our new normal. Relying on the lessons taught from being a fiduciary company backed by insurance, we quickly pivoted to include a fully online estate administration system whereby our financial advisors have access to and can track in real time our dedicated administration tasks on our Advisor Focus portal. Through our custom-built dashboards, we became able to provide updates on administration tasks to the heirs dependent on it, as well as to our advisors who entrusted us to do so. Breaking the administration process up into milestones while reporting on the achievement of these became our way of making the estate administration process relatable for so many who had to deal with it for the first time during a pandemic. System efficiency was never going to be enough. And as we will all learn, it comes down to people. People working for people. People working for what comes next. And we realized that to fight this demon and do the best by our advisors and our heirs, we had to staff up. Since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, we have increased our fiduciary staff complement to 21 estate relationship consultants nationally, dedicated to being the link between the family of the deceased and the process of administering the estate. This is Capital Legacy's turnkey approach to never having to phone a call center when you have lost someone. 55 estate administrators dedicated to the administration tasks required to drafting 100% error-free liquidation and distribution accounts across the more than 100 estates we were taking in monthly. As trust company holders, as estate administrators, and as a fiduciary company, we have a very, very vast reliance on government third parties. The obstacles offered to us at masters' offices, at deeds offices, and at SARS branches were plentiful. They still are. We learned how to deal with this by employing our own masters correspondents in all metro area masters offices, including the Free State, the most difficult master, okay, across South Africa. These challenges frustrated our advisors. These challenges frustrated our heirs. But we deal with them, and in a record number of closures and filing slips issued from the start of 2021, when our masters offices were open to business for us again, to today, we brought closure to multiple families. We thank you, our supporters, for sticking by us while we navigated our way through what quickly became the fiduciary industry's biggest obligation: to step up, to change an industry, and to make the advisor part of the estate administration process. This year, we have been able to reach new heights with your support and your backing. Not only have we just turned 10 years old, but we have been able to draft in excess of 14,000 wills a month, every month, for your clients. We collect in excess of 12,000 wills at no cost to the client or the advisor, originally signed wills collected for safe custody in our vaults. And we have kept our promise to over 500,000 of your clients. Ladies and gentlemen, that makes Capital Legacy your #1 wills and estate specialists. Thank you.